Welcome to your practice. We're going to start today in child's pose, and any variation will do. We have our arms in front of us, but you can keep them alongside your body. Take a few deep breaths and feel your whole back body expanding with each breath. Settle yourself for your practice. We're going to sit up now and take a nice side bend to the right. Bring your right fingertips down and lengthen through your whole left side. Come back up and change to the other side. Lift the right arm up and extend it over to the left. Breathe into your right side now. Release and come back to center. Take a twist to the right. Bring your left hand onto the outside of your right thigh. Open your collarbones, twisting deeply. Change to the other side. Right hand on the outside of the left legs. Breathing here as you twist to the left. Come back to center. We're going to come into heart melting pose now. Keep your hips over your knees. Lengthen your hands forward. Gently draw your belly button towards your spine and melt your chest down. Take a few deep breaths here, melting your heart and your chest towards the floor. And when you're ready, come all the way up and we're going to take a twist. Slide your right arm through, threading the needle pose. Breathing here, pressing into the left hand. If your right shoulder didn't come down, that's okay. You can place a blanket or a brick or a block under it. Press up and change to the other side, sliding your left arm all the way through. Once again, you can bring your left shoulder down onto a folded blanket or yoga block if you have one. Breathing here, gently draw your belly towards your spine to engage your core slightly as you twist deeply into the upper spine. And then when you're ready, come all the way up. And then we're going to lower ourselves down onto our belly and come into baby cobra. Slide your hands back alongside your chest, lifting up, seeking to find length, not height. Back of the neck is long, and then when you're ready, press all the way up and back into downward facing dog. You can bend your knees here if you like, relax your head, relax your jaw. You might pedal out your feet a little bit by bending one knee, then the other. It's up to you. See if you can find some comfort here. Your first downward dog. Breathe. We're going to look forward and step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, fold. Really soften in your knees now to make this easy. And then when you're ready, roll all the way up. Lengthen your arms to the ceiling and bring your hands in front of your heart. Sun salutations. We're going to take a breath and move into a few rounds of sun salutations. Inhale, reach your arms up, gaze towards your fingers. Exhale, fold forward, soften in your knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. Lower your knees to the floor and your chest all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra, long neck. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here, making any adjustments that you want to. Really press your hands down into the floor. You can draw your forearms towards one another. Relax your jaw. When you're ready, inhale, look forward, and exhale, step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend those knees. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing, reach your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, draw your hands towards your heart. Inhale, lift and lengthen, look up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, lift and lengthen, look forward. Exhale, step back into plank pose and then bring your knees to the ground. Slowly lower your chest. Inhale, baby cobra. And when you're ready, exhale, press all the way back into downward facing dog. There's always an option to take child's pose here. Downward dog is just a suggestion. Depending on how you're feeling or where you are today, you might take all the downward dogs or you might take child's pose instead. Always listen to what your body needs. Inhale, look forward. If you're in child, come up. Exhale, step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. When you're ready, inhale, roll all the way up. Exhale, your hands in front of your heart. And again, inhale up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank and keep that exhale going as you bring your knees down all the way with your chest. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog or child's pose. Breathing in whatever pose you're in, really staying focused and present on your breath. Gently draw your ribs in so that you're not over-articulating in your spine, in your ribs. Long, deep, slow breaths. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, uncurl all the way up to standing. Raise your arms. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Well done. Now inhale, reach all the way up. Look at your fingers. And then exhale, fold forward and down. Soften your knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, step back once again into plank pose. Lower yourself all the way to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And from here, we're going to step our right leg forward towards the front of the mat and come into a lunge. So bend deeply into the front knee, fingertips down. Drop the back knee down, release the toes, and come all the way up into a lovely crescent lunge. Draw your belly button towards your spine and lift your chest and open up into the shoulders and the collarbones. Beautiful, everyone. Breathe. We're going to place the left hand down on the floor. Keep the right arm up. Curl the back toes under. Lift that leg coming into a beautiful twist. The back leg is working really strongly. Open your heart, open your chest, and extend towards the ceiling. Breathe. And release. Bring your right hand down. And then from here, we're going to straighten the front leg as much as you can. You can bring your hands up onto blocks if you have them. And now we're going to come forward once again into the lunge and then step back into plank. Lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful, everyone. Breathe. Take a moment. Now we're going to step the left leg forward, bending into a lunge, and then drop the back knee down onto the floor and lift the arms, coming into the lunge on the other side now. Draw your belly towards your navel, sinking forward with your pelvis. Open your chest, open your collarbones, breathing deeply into this lunge, into this back bend. Keep your left hand up, bring your right hand down, a foot beside your front foot, curl the back toes under, lift that leg, opening into this twist, twisting to the left, extending your left fingertips towards the ceiling. The back leg is strong. Draw your belly button towards your spine to open a bit deeper, and then bring that hand down to the floor. Straighten the front leg. You can lift the back heel off the floor. Come up onto height on your hands. Breathing into this deep stretch, and then when you're ready, bend the front knee and step forward, both legs to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And take a moment here in this forward bend. Bend the knees deeply and roll all the way up. Reach your hands towards the ceiling, hands in front of your heart. Release the hands. Bend your knees, bring your legs together and come up into Utkatasana. Really engage your glutes now, your buttock muscles. Draw your belly button towards your spine as you lengthen your tailbone back behind you and lift your arms any amount. Keep your shoulders feeling safe. Breathe deeply. Lower your fingertips down to the floor as you straighten your legs a little bit. Lift and lengthen. And then exhale, step back into plank pose. Come all the way down, lower your knees, lower your chest to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. And then from here, exhale once again back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Pause there for a moment. Press back through the heel. You might point through the toe and then flex through the heel again. Bend the knees and then lightly step your right leg between your hands. It may not go all the way, and that's okay. Drop the back heel down, and when you're ready, inhale, lift up into warrior one. Keep both of your hip bones facing forward. Draw your belly button in towards your navel as you root down into your back heel strongly, lifting your arms towards the ceiling. Breathe, beautiful warrior one. Feel that warrior energy in your pose now. Breathe. Lift the back heel and then lower your upper body forward into lightning bolt pose. This is a strong pose. Slowly step the back leg forward and lift it up. Draw your belly in towards your spine. It's a balance. Bring your right hand onto your left leg as you twist to the left, opening up your arm to the left. Mind your balance here. Find one point in front of you that's not moving. Breathe. Beautiful, everyone. Then slowly come back to center. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Bend your standing leg as you start to extend your back leg back and your upper body forward, coming into warrior three. Really root down into the standing leg and push back into the heel of the lifted leg. Bend that front knee as you softly land the back foot down and come back once again into warrior one. Beautiful. Notice how your breath is flowing in and out of your body now. And then from here, we're going to place the hands down, frame the front foot, step back into plank. Knees down, lower your chest to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Notice your breath. Press into the hands firmly. Relax your jaw. The other side now. Inhale, lift your left leg up, press through that heel. Feel that long line of energy from your fingertips all the way up to the heel. Bend the knee, arch your back, and then lightly step that left leg towards the front, towards your hands. If it doesn't get there, give it a lift. Plant the back heel down, but keep the toes pointing forward as you lift up warrior one on this side. As you inhale, feel your spine and your chest opening and expanding. And as you exhale, engage your core, draw the belly button in towards your spine and ground down through the back heel. Feel that connection with the back heel and the earth as you bend deeply into the front knee. Come onto the toes of the back foot now. Lift the heel as you come forward into lightning bolt pose. Lengthen out through your fingertips and back out through the back heel. Beautiful, everyone. Strong pose. When you're ready, slowly step that back foot in and draw the knee up towards you, your belly. Beautiful. Bring your left hand onto your right thigh as you open up and twist to the right. Into this balance. Find one point in front of you that's not moving. Breathe. Bring your hands together in front of your heart as you twist back to center. Bend the standing leg as you curl down and back into Warrior 3, seeking to find a T shape so that your upper body is parallel or at the same line as your back leg. Push out through the back heel strongly and then slowly lower that leg down. When you're ready, come all the way up into Warrior 1 once more. Breathing here. Draw your belly in and then plant your hands down. Frame the front foot. Step back into plank. Lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. And then exhale all the way back into downward facing dog. And notice your breath now. Notice how your body is feeling. Notice if the backs of your legs have warmed up a little more than they had. When you're ready, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, fold. Bring your two legs close together all the way up and sit back into Utkatasana. Draw your belly button up towards your spine. Lengthen your tailbone as you sit down into an imaginary chair. Lifting your arms any amount. This is a strong pose. Breathe and smile. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, release your arms and bring your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, lift all the way up again, and exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back into plank. Drop your knees to the floor, lower your chest. Inhale, baby cobra. And then from here, we're going to hold this pose here for a moment. And we're coming into Shalabhasana, into locust pose. Lengthen your arms behind you. Lift your legs. Upper body and lower body lifted. Really seeking to find length, not height. If you want to take the variation with us, you can extend your arms forward. Keep length in the back of your neck to keep it safe. Feel your core is working really hard here. If you want to bring your hands behind your body, you can interlace your hands, lifting up higher in your upper body. Breathing deeply here, and then very slowly release to the floor. You can make a cushion or a pillow with your hands and rest your head down. Notice your breath. We're going to come into bow pose now, Dhanurasana. So when you're ready, lengthen your legs back behind you, create space in your lower back, and take a hold of your feet or your ankles, or somewhere between your foot and your ankle. And when you're ready, inhale, lift up. Draw your upper body up off the floor. Press your shins back behind you towards the wall behind you. Beautiful, everyone. Come down and rest. Rest your forehead down on your hands, making a pillow. Take a few moments to breathe here. Let it go. We're going to do it one more time. So when you're ready, bend your knees again. Reach back. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift up. Curl your upper body off the floor. Press back with your shins. Keeping your knees hip distance. They have a tendency to splay out to the sides. Keep length in the back of your neck as you breathe deeply into this pose. And then slowly come all the way down. Rest your head on your hands. Completely let go of bow pose now. Breathe. From here, we're going to bring ourselves onto our back. So simply roll onto your back where you are. You can keep your head to the front of the mat and bend your knees. We're going to come into a lovely bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So when you're ready, we're going to roll up. Feel that you're lengthening your tailbone towards your knees and roll up nice and slowly, keeping length in your lower back. Feet are hip distance. Keep pushing firmly into your heels. And once you've come up, please do not move your head in this position. So just follow my instructions rather than turning your head to look at the screen. You might be comfortable with this pose and you might find you prop yourself up a little on your shoulders and bring your hands underneath your body, clasping your hands together. But that's okay, you can keep your hands just where they were, continuing to push down into your heels. We're going to come out of this pose really slowly, melting our upper back first, then our middle back, and then last of all our lower back. And just pausing for a moment when you reach the ground. Breathe. Just notice what it feels like coming out of the pose. We'll do this one more time. So when you're ready, nice and slowly, keeping length in your lower back, press down into your feet. Make sure they're hip distance pointing forward. And as you start to lift your pelvis and your hips up, think of bringing your chest to your chin, not the other way around. Remember not to move your head in this position. Press firmly down into your heels, and you might notice you come up a little bit higher now in this pose. Rolling your shoulders under your body a little, but keep an eye on your neck and make sure there's no strain or force in your neck. Breathe into the openness in your chest, and now let's come down really slowly, bringing your upper back down first, then your middle back, then your lower back. Come as slowly as you can. And then gently draw your knees gently into your chest. You can gently rock from side to side. And now we're going to take a twist. We're going to bring our knees over to your right. Extend your left arm out. If you do wish to turn your head to the left, lift your head and turn it on its own axis before laying it down. But you can keep your head pointing and looking straight up to the ceiling. Breathe up to the entire length of your spine, from your tailbone to the crown of your head, feeling your whole body expand and open. This pose might feel really nice after your back bends. We're going to change to the other side now, so come back to center. You might shift your hips over to the right a little so that when you bend your knees and twist to the left, you feel that your spine is in a nice long line. Extend your right arm out this time with the palms face up. You can rest your left hand on your thighs. If you do wish to turn your head to the right, remember to lift it, to turn it on its own axis before you lay it down. But if you can feel your neck in any way, I recommend that you keep your head pointing towards the ceiling. Enjoying a few slow, deep breaths here. And then slowly release back to center. We're going to roll back once again and find our way onto our hands and knees, and then press back into a lovely child's pose. If this isn't comfortable for your body, you can come into any other pose that is. You can bring your knees apart so that you get a lovely stretch in your inner thighs. Send your breath into your back body. Slowly sitting up, and we're simply going to come onto our bum, slide the legs out, bend up the right knee, and then bring your heel in towards your groin, coming into Janu Shirshasana. So left leg is straight, you can bring a little bend into the left knee, right knee is bent, and if you want you could bring some support under that right knee. We're going to fold forward, and it really doesn't matter how far forward you fold. See if you can keep your spine nice and straight. There are always so many modifications that we can take to make the poses more comfortable for our body and how they are today. Bending the straight leg, the left leg, supporting the right knee, or staying a little bit higher. Inhale, coming up. We're going to change to the other side, slide the right leg long, bend the left knee, and then bring your left heel in towards your groin, allowing that left knee to fall out to the side. You can bring a little bend into your right knee, bring some support under the left knee, and fold forward any amount. Keep the back of your neck long. Open your mouth and wiggle your jaw and let go of any tension or tightness in your jaw. Allow your breaths to be really slow and long. We're approaching the end of this class now. It's time for us to start winding down towards Shavasana. Letting go of this pose now as you sit up. Slide the left leg down to meet the right leg, and we're going to fold forward into a lovely forward bend, Paschimottanasana. Just like we did in Janu Shirshasana, you can bend the knees if you want. That can really make this pose more comfortable. We can sit up on a height, blankets or blocks, but bending the knees usually helps us to feel a little deeper in the pose or to access it a bit better. Breathe into your whole back body now. Really slow it down. Slowly come up. And then find your way back onto your back. Bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to fall out to the side. Find a comfortable position for your arms. That might be arms wide, or cactus arms, or extending back behind you. Or you can bring your hands onto your body, one hand on your heart, one hand on your chest. Find anything that feels comfortable for you. Our final pose before Shavasana. From here, bring your knees back to center and come down to rest in your final pose. Bring your legs wide enough apart that your toes fall out to the sides, your arms alongside your body with your palms turned up. If your lower back doesn't like your legs being straight, you can bend your knees, bring the feet apart and the knees together to rest against one another. Open your mouth and wiggle your jaw from side to side and let go of any tension or tightness here. Allow your belly to be soft and round. Allow your shoulders to let go and to melt into the ground. It's time for stillness in the body now. We've moved and breathed. We've flowed and strengthened, twisted, opened. It's time now to allow our nervous system to integrate all of that work through rest. In the quiet of this pose, we notice energy moving in our body, and we reap the rewards of our whole practice. Slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, bend your knees and roll onto your right side, curling into a little ball for a moment. And pausing here in this transitionary pose. Notice how you feel. slowly pressing down into the earth as you come back up. And take a comfortable seat, perhaps in cross-legged. Bring your hands in front of your heart into prayer. Namaste.